Why is this? Hello. Sorry.
Hello,
Hello. Welcome to Truth Runs Deep podcast. I'm Terryn.
I'm Kalli.
And we're here to talk about all things Law and Order, SVU, mothership, fanfic writing, and more. And my light
And this time, we can actually
for
talk
real
about
this time.
radio.
Hold on, y'all. The light battery died, so now it's dark. Hold on.
No. Um, well, uh, okay. No, can't hear you.
I use this like portable light to like have more light, and it's chargeable, and the battery ran
We're
out
like,
as
we're
soon as
like,
we said.
we're like Raul whenever he streams. We never go out with we never go without
No,
technical issues.
but if I use it, let's see. If I plug it in, I'll still be using it. Because I'd be looking at what happened here? Okay. That is
All right.
fine. This
So,
is not the correct webcam because this is the MacBook webcam and it'd be looking kind of crusty. There we go.
there we go.
Now
Okay.
we're better. Sorry, y'all. That was an straight interruption today.
We're gonna start with the news that we have before we get into the episodes. So first off, we had a birthday recently.
And we'll have another one tomorrow, but
Last
we'll put that in
Thursday?
next week.
Oh yeah, kind of,
Kind of. Okay.
kind of. So last week was Ame's birthday. I hope I said that right. She plays Curry, and we love her. So happy belated birthday to her. And I guess we'll mention it now because we're recording this on Thursday because
Yeah.
like
We get a
they
little behind this.
we're literally I had work.
Things happen, so.
So and as of like technically tomorrow, but also technically not, is Peter's birthday because Peter was
Yeah.
born
It was a
on
leap year.
February 29th, a leap
Yeah.
year. So he had his birthday last year and he won't have it again until 2028.
Yeah, and the NBC page actually messed the one time they actually said
Yeah,
his birthday.
literally.
They didn't get it right. I was like,
They
man, the
did
one
it the
time
fucking day before. It's like, no, we actually had
you
the
have
day.
it today. It was really funny. Like, you have it today.
Um,
He doesn't even know
so
Peter's not on social media anymore, so you know he probably never know.
everybody still like celebrates him on the 28th
Yeah,
and everything, but his actual legitimate birthday is the 29th.
yes,
So it technically
yes.
he's like 40 something, but in like leap year years, he's like 4-ish.
Well,
10,
not like that. No, like 10.
10.
We didn't say we were good at math either, y'all.
No. Because he's like
No,
40, I think he's like 47, 49, I don't remember.
I don't think he's that. I
But
think he's like 44, 45. But anyway,
in leap years,
we'll find out for y'all.
I'll find
Pardon
out.
me, y'all. I'm a little bit sick, but we're gonna power through because this is our little job.
Because I'm curious.
Um,
I was right.
so, oh,
He's
you were right.
44.
Yeah, I was like, I think you did not say 40.
Oh, you said that. Oh my god.
I said 44.
Guys,
Don't be
wow.
taking credit for my. I
I'm
feel like the air
sorry.
conditioner. You know,
So yeah,
it's very
Peter's
warm in here.
44, but his actual birthday is February 29th, 1980.
Okay, we're
Which
better now.
makes sense because anyone as awesome and as special as him would have that birthday.
Yes.
So he's 44 in like legit years, but in like in like leap year years, it's like 10, 15 maybe.
I don't know. We say we're good at math. Hold on, I'm gonna turn the air conditioner on because I'm a little hot. I might just be sick, but we'll find out. Hold on. Air. No. Why is it on 75? No. Turn it down. 70 outside.
His middle name is Mueller, apparently, according to this.
Okay.
I don't know. All right, cool.
Okay. Sorry, I need to turn the air conditioner on because I don't know if I'm like just sick or like it's ridiculously hot, but it's like 70 outside, and I'm like, Okay, we're better now. Okay.
Cool.
So what was I gonna say? I don't remember. So if I'm a little delirious, it's
So
all right.
people will probably end up celebrating Peter's birthday tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
We're writing something that's pretty fun that we haven't finished yet.
I forget what I called it last year.
I don't
We
know.
did it.
I barely remember yesterday, for real.
I was like, oh my God. Oh, we called it like his extra birthday. So tomorrow
Yeah, so we will.
is like his extra birthday.
Yeah, so we will have that.
Yeah.
We're writing something. We just
Yes.
haven't. We got to try to get closer to finishing that.
We gotta
So it
do
hasn't
it.
happened yet. So
We're trying.
we'll
Okay.
try. Thank
So in other exciting news, we got behind the scenes photos that showed that yes, Kelly's back again.
Yeah, so I don't know if
Woohoo!
these episodes are back to back. It seems like they are, but
Again.
we think. But can I confirm or deny it? I think they're back to back because
Not only is
like if we
Kelly
talk,
sorry, go for it. And then I'll
because I think they're back to back, but I cannot confirm or deny whether they're the same episode or not. But like, I think they're separate episodes because I think we talked about this last time we recorded about how like the actress who plays Tess posted about like she had just finished filming. So I think they're separate episodes, and one of them is going to be the trial, and the other one I don't know what the second episode is about. But it seems to be pretty chaotic. A lot of so we'll see.
In other exciting news, Ryan's back.
Yeah,
Noah's
everybody.
back.
Yes, we do get to see Noah this season.
Oh my God, the kid has grown.
He's so
as tall as freaking Mariska and Kelly now. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's pretty close. He's so big. He's actually he turned 15 on his birthday. So like
growth spurt is happening.
Yes,
Olivia no longer has a little boy. She has a teenager.
Exactly. I want to hear her talk about it too. They better have her talk about it.
Yes. So we don't really know the full context. It was a scene of Mariska and Kelly with Ryan, Charlotte, and B, so Jesse and Billy, and Noah, and they're all like waiting to go into school.
Yeah.
And everyone immediately was like, how do we not know they all went to the same school? To which I was like, I don't know, I
just figured.
I assumed. Now we know for sure that they literally take their kids to school in the morning together.
Yes.
Yay.
So there's some other Kelly and Mariska scenes. There's some Kelly and Juliana and Ame scenes. So like there's a lot of cool stuff.
And I don't know if you have it, but there was somebody posted a picture of Mariska, Kelly, Ame, and Juliana. So
yeah, I don't have it pulled up, but that'll be fun. So if they're filming this now, I probably won't see these till late March or early April. So
somebody also noticed that either Jesse or Noah played an instrument because they have a giant instrument case.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what instrument it is. I have as a band kid, I'm trying to figure it out. There's a couple options, but can't confirm or deny which one it is yet. But we'll find out, I guess.
Okay, so that's that, and in other exciting news,
it's finally time. Oh, not quite time.
We have a release date.
Yeah, it's April 17th. Finally, we finally know it's April 17th. It'll be on Peacock. They're gonna do 2 episodes on the first night. They're gonna come out on Thursdays, but like how streaming works is different than like cable TV because
so it streaming could be like Wednesday at midnight.
Well, like Thursday, whatever. For me, it's the 11th. Yeah, typically streaming shows do midnight releases. So like for me, that's 11 p.m. Wednesday night, but for Callie, it would be midnight. So we don't exactly know how we're gonna like put it in the podcast because I don't know how that's gonna work. We'll figure it out.
Will I sacrifice sleep to watch it? Most likely, yes.
Yeah. So because if we do midnight watches, because I don't sleep anyway, so I watch TV in the middle of the night.
So Danielle went online and posted that they're back. We're back. They're back.
Back. So
what we know about this part, what we know so far is
there's a lot of articles that pretty much all say the same thing. So I don't know why I linked all of them, but they pretty much all say the same thing.
Pretty much it all says that has to do with the Italian mafia this time.
Yeah. The first half is the Italian mafia. It seems like the
And
first
there's
half
like
because they do
there's a family that apparently Stabler wronged in Rome, and now they want revenge or whatever.
that. I think they were talking about the one. I thought they were talking about because there's one talking the episode where Ayana gets shot. That family. That's what I thought they were talking about. When talking about
Oh,
that's what I thought they were talking about when they said the family who's very
anyway,
mad at Stabler. That's what I thought they were talking about. But
somebody wants revenge on him, and he's going undercover
yeah,
again.
as a truck driver
It's,
again.
I think if I saw it correctly, his little name tag said Hank, and I'm sorry, that's just
Yeah,
fucking hysterical.
yeah. But like apparently like there's a trailer. I don't know if we can like show y'all the trailer, but y'all can go look it up on YouTube or pretty much everywhere. It has every NBC, not necessarily
Like
Peacock stuff has the trailer.
it's mainly just
But it
shows
looks
Stabler, and we get like 1 second
of anyone else. There's like 1 second of anyone else. All right, y'all.
release pictures of everybody else though, so I will.
They did put the pictures on the website. So I'm not the NBC Media Village has the pictures. So
Our girl with short hair and leather. Woo!
yeah, we didn't know about we know about their
We
short hair
did know
because
that they cut their hair.
they posted when they started filming, but that was like months ago. And they started filming like in the summertime. It was a long time ago.
Like now.
Yeah, but they were filming like months ago, like the summer.
Yeah, still convinced they just showed up one day and they're like, okay.
Like, yeah, I've decided this. What are they gonna do about it?
They would do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
But hold on. There's that. They're shown. They did. Eli did join the police academy, according to he really did do it.
And he cut his hair again.
Yeah, I feel like that was a requirement, probably.
I know, but I don't know. I don't feel like it suits him.
It was very doesn't. It's really fun. It's like contrast that like he's not bald. It makes it really funny. But like
also,
I think he's like.
I'll have to take a closer look, but I think they changed the actress that played Becky.
It did seem off, but I couldn't figure it out. I was like, something doesn't feel right here.
Like the other girl, her face was like rounder. Her skin was like the teeniest bit lighter. This girl, her hair is like in a curly like bob, and her skin. So I think
they probably did. It's the kind of thing they probably did change because it was just it's not an amazing character. They could change it and no one could care less. It's probably one of those small things they were like, whatever.
Unless you're like us and we fucking pay attention and we notice. There is also a picture of Randall and Bernie.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me check. I think I can. If I scroll back, let's see if I can find her name. Because if they show it. I see her. You go on the NBC Media Village. It has the names of like the character, the cat. So then I can like.
Yeah, because if I don't remember what the other girl's name is, but if it looks new, then
no, it's her.
It is.
They changed her hairstyle.
Cool.
Wait, hold on. I think so.
With the hairstyle. She looked different with the hairstyle. I thought it was somebody else.
It's still her because in the older picture she has like a long wig. Well, I know it's a wig because I'm very black, so I know it's a wig. Okay, I'm very black, and I know how black hair is. I know that is a wig.
Not know that.
But that is a wig. But then in the newer picture, she has her like natural curls out in the newer picture.
Has the baby bump.
Yeah, very large baby bumps. So the baby could be coming soon. All right.
Baby is coming.
The baby.
We
kind of had fun. We kind of convinced ourselves the baby was a girl.
Yeah, I was gonna say we convinced.
In like thick land, because I feel like it was only fair to give Elliot a granddaughter. Okay, as much as I'd be hating on Stabler, okay, I have to let this one slide. I have a granddaughter. Okay,
and not to give you like any like a huge spoiler, but him trying to figure out how to do her hair.
Yeah, we haven't published that chapter yet in a long time. The Resistance, because the Resistance chapter is kind of fun. We kind of played around and like did stuff just because we could.
And Ayana's just like, what the hell are you doing?
Exactly. Well, let me help you here.
No.
The Resistance was such a fun. I kind of miss the Resistance, but sometimes I feel like that's a little too close to real life these days. I'm like,
It's a bit too close to what's all going on right now, so we might need to take a little hiatus on that.
like with the hiatus, it's probably been too long. We probably should actually do something about that, but
We should.
whatever.
Well, if you want it back, let us know because we will definitely
Yeah,
do it.
what you want. Yeah, we have a lot of like stuff that's like written and not put together, so it's like there's stuff like we just gotta like touch up and then post. So like, don't worry about like there is content like available. In
And
particular,
yeah,
okay,
the point is of this like little thing is Elliot is going to have a grandchild that is
another one.
biracial.
Yeah,
And biracial, so we'll see how that goes.
yeah. Basically, the summary of like everything in the whole season is this: is season 5 explores the dangers of the cross-border smuggling, high-tech domestic terrorism, crime, family intent on repaying Sailor for the injury he did them in. Oh, you're right. Sorry. And his worlds collide, Stabler will put everything on the line to protect the vulnerable and fight for justice.
Yeah, okay, sure, whatever. All I needed to hear was high tech, and I don't care about anything else.
There's that. There's a couple other things that are interesting in this trailer. We do know Mariska has an episode 2
Oh yeah,
that it's we thought like with how they like cut stuff that it was gonna be there, but apparently how like according to like people who like understand like our friends and stuff we talked to pretty earlier, we're like her scene probably is very short considering she's only there for like half a day. So like whatever it is not very much. Don't get y'all hopes up, y'all.
we do know
Don't
that
be
they mentioned that there's going to be a courtroom shooting,
yes.
and we're both terrified.
Because we do know Carisi also has an episode because of like the crime family they dealt with last season,
So
and
we're both terrified that's going to happen
it's
at
a
the same
it's a
time.
hey dogs. It's a hey dogs. We can't be doing this again.
I
Hold on,
can't.
what episode was that?
Not do
Is
that.
organized crime was so long ago. I don't remember what episode. Like I was going to. Oh, that was 4-4. The Last Supper was the last time we in organized. I was like, that was so long ago.
Keep the courtroom shooting at Carisi
4-4 was a year ago. Wait, not quite. Sorry, let me go back. 4-4 was.
I love that even Peter's like, they literally just bring me back for this one case. I'm not 100% sure
I don't
why.
know when it was. A long time because lawyers technically like don't. They can just be assigned kind of any kind of case, so it doesn't really matter that like he usually does SVU stuff, but like he can be assigned anywhere. Baxter says so. Baxter says so. That's where he's going basically.
So apparently, let's just show up.
They were like he can do that. Yeah. So.
Um,
But also, what we were trying to say was the courtroom shooting better not be happening while Carisi is there. We keep going through this because
no,
we don't really understand because of like timing wise, we don't really know if it happened post cornered or before cornered. We don't really know because Orthodox Crime has no time cards, so we don't know when this happened.
Yeah,
that's what also makes Orthodox Crime a little bit more hard to watch sometimes. You're like, when is this? Because you can't be like, because organized time has you can obviously how many days have passed, and by the end where it is in time, but Orange Con does not have that, so it's like I don't know when this is. I don't know if this was 6 months ago. I don't know how many days have passed. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Something else.
So better not be. You're not be traumatizing him again. All right, we were just having.
Please.
Leave that man alone, okay? No more trauma.
Leave him alone. Oh, the little trailer that they showed. The end, there's like a picture of Stabler, and I'm sorry, that picture's fucking terrifying.
It is pretty like, bro.
Like
there's a scene that like when he's driving the truck, it seems like there's a incoming truck coming to hit him. You see, it's pretty chaotic. There's something getting burned in a pit.
He's got a fucking baseball bat because
that's what he would do. So let's hope he didn't get in trouble again and they take his gun, so that's why he has a baseball bat. But that's probably a likely scenario.
Probably it. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, just for the 10th time.
That he's going undercover again.
Yeah, as much as like that's one of my many also gripes with organized crime is that they don't seem to have an original plot line half the time. Like, bro, stop sending this man undercover. You send him undercover like 10 times, at least twice a season.
Like you can't send anybody else because you have.
Exactly. They have other characters. They got this is I said this is gonna be their downfalls because they cannot balance the characters. They should have done this better from the beginning.
I'm going on the record saying we write this show better.
We really do. Like, they should have put me in there. I'd be like, bro, y'all could have balanced the characters better, and then you might have had the better chances, but you didn't. So now nobody likes the show, and that's on y'all.
Yeah,
That's
we're
kind of
excited.
a
We're happy.
creativity-wise failure on their end. Oh,
We're happy it will be back. God damn it, we've missed our people, but we'll just have to see how
we'll
it
see
goes.
how it goes. Yeah, who knows? We'll find out. I mean, if you guys actually like genuinely, okay, so basically how I feel is if you genuinely like the show, watch it. But like, it can be, I feel like they have to figure it out and figure it out quickly if they're going to keep surviving, okay? How are they going to balance these characters out soon? Because, TV costs money. And when you don't bring the money back in,
Oh,
networks can be like, bye. We'll
we
put
gotta
you with
talk
someone
about
else.
the big jump. So it was
What?
rated TV-14.
Oh, yeah.
Now
Now
it's
it's rated
rated
mature adult.
MA.
Which
Oh boy.
means they can fully swear. There's a lot of things that like
I can't
they can
fucking believe
fully
that.
they can finally they can like fully swear in mature adult shows.
God knows all of them will.
It'll be really funny to see them swear. It's like when you watch Criminal Minds when they put it on Paramount, the Criminal Minds Evolution. You first hear them like swear for the first time. It's like, bro, I've never heard them swear before.
The thing is, we've had there's been certain moments in SVU where they say son of a bitch, so I'm not.
No, I mean, but like there's certain words that are considered like mature adult words and TV-14 words. So like there's like a whole and like the rating system.
So
So
it's
like
not like they're totally vanilla, can't say anything, but this will be a bit more extreme, so that'll
they
be
have
interesting.
very explicit. They can say very explicit curse words and such. But also that means probably gore warning. I would say heavy violence warning, just because mature adult typically is more violent.
I'm so curious how they all thought of when they first saw their first swear word in the script.
They were like, "That would be really funny. I want to hear about it." They're probably.
I know, Danielle was
Danielle
like,
probably thought she thought she would have had the most fun time talking about like, man, I could just say a swear word
her
now.
sass is gonna come out full on.
Yeah, it'll be good. Yeah,
and our girl is gonna be like monotone sass swearing.
It'll be fun. We'll see what happens because they can swear. So there's probably a lot of violence. So like, caution wise, if you're not good with heavy violence, caution yourself. I mean, we don't know for certain, but I'm just saying, like, caution yourself. There's something else I was gonna say about that because mature adults sometimes has nudity, but like not explicit nudity. Okay, but don't be thinking of them dirty thoughts. All right, it's not gonna happen. Number one.
No.
Number two. That is a possibility also in TV. I mean, not TV-14 in explicit content. So yeah, explicit content warning when you watch. So prepare yourself, especially like Organized Crime did have some really like rough, violent scenes anyway, but like they can really turn it up in mature adults. So, so we will see what happens.
All right, so I think that's all the news.
Yeah, all these articles were like there's like 10 articles written by different people that are pretty much all the same. We covered everything that we're gonna talk about. We don't know much about anything else. We did say did we mention it? We will have Bernie and we will have Joe. We probably will have Joe Jr. because I think they said it like it picks up where it left off. Like the first like 2 episodes, I think like handled Joe Jr.'s story. I think because the last time we saw him, he was getting on that plane, and then we see them for like 9 months. So, and I think after the first 2, they pick up with the first arc, and then they'll do the second arc. But I think that's how it goes.
Okay. Anyway, now we gotta get to the actual shows. We can talk more.
I think I'm done. I think it's definitely probably.
So the
episode close Monday.
Mothership episode is called "In God We Trust."
It's a very interesting one. It was kind of fun.
Very good,
fun, but it's a very different one.
So it starts off with Baxter speaking at a alternative justice institute,
which is a very interesting concept here.
Meeting. And he basically says putting felons in prison shouldn't be the end of our justice system. Basically, we should it shouldn't be okay, they're in jail, that's it. Like some of them do have ways to rehabilitate. Not all.
Yep. Yep. especially for like minor offenses and such like
Yeah,
that.
and
You
like,
know,
especially like when they like the minor cases and they leave jail, it's like
now I can't get a job
incredibly
because I'm
difficult for them to find a job
yeah,
or a place to live. Like they gotta just
yeah.
get thrown out. It's almost I don't wanna it's almost like when in foster care when they turn 18 and it's basically like,
They're
okay,
like,
you're
here
on
you
your own
go, figure it out, but you can't. Yeah, and also like also people who have probably are like unlisted substances, you know, having them a place to like rehab and such like that, you know, because this is a very, as we clearly have learned, this is a very important topic because you know this is not to get off to get off the mothership train, but I think thinking about this kind of thing makes me think about Deontay a little bit, kind of like he was in jail for a minor crime. I think it was like theft or something like that. You know, it wasn't anything that bad. Then you know he got into some
just that
trouble,
much.
a lot of trouble, and now he's going to jail again, probably. So
Yeah.
you know,
Um
it's maybe if he had better outcomes after he left prison the first time, he wouldn't be going back again.
mhm. Um it'll definitely be iffy because like technically he did, kill the
Yeah.
bad guy, but
He did kill Boyd,
he did
but is
kill
it self
Boyd,
defense?
but
He's claiming self defense.
he also
He
stood
claims
by while
a lot of
another
bad things.
murder and
A lot
rape
of
happened.
bad things. A lot of bad things happening.
Okay, so anyway,
Um,
then we transition to these three like different lawyers
they kind
talking,
of like they're kind of talking. Yeah.
and one of them, his name is Eli Freeman, and he says that his current case is about that he doesn't want the Ten Commandments in school, which is a huge issue currently.
Currently, because separation of church and state.
Is a thing in our constitution, but some people apparently don't want that.
We do not want that to be true, especially where I live. Okay, it's still on the docket in the legislative session, and even though they have vetoed it, it still comes back every year.
Um,
Anyway,
After his conversation, he says he's got a meeting to get to. The scene transitions to he's dead.
yeah, he's dead. And
His
he's,
head
you
has
know, they'd
been
be it'd be in the mothership. They just be like, "Bam, dead." You know, it don't be
his head
kind
was
of like,
his head was bashed into a white marble counter, so you can
yeah. This
clearly
is
see
you
the
find
blood.
out this is his apartment, but yeah,
Yeah, you can clearly see the blood. Um,
yeah. They kind of are trying to investigate him, and then they find out he went to Fordham, not Queens Community College, like he said he did. It's a lot of like, well, who is he if he's not who he said he
another
was?
Florida man. Woohoo!
Yeah, another one.
We found out that he was texting a girl named Angie, and that because there was speculation that he could have been possibly killed by a woman because there was female hairs found on him. Um, and he used to date Angie and wanted his stuff back.
Yeah,
Um, they go to talk to Angie. She hasn't talked to him in months. It ain't her. Um, Riley then runs over and says there's a woman at a church that is often a visitor at the halfway house that Freeman is also a part of. Um,
yeah,
so they go to talk to this woman who was
mhm.
working at the halfway house that like her and Freeman were associated with. And we find out that this girl is part of the Baylor Church compound, which broke off of the Mennonite Church, which is an extremely like close religious
yeah.
sect.
You know, they're not. They're kind of their Mennonites are close to like. Ooh, my
Amish,
brain is bugging. Yes, they're not the same thing, but similar.
similar. And so the Baylor compound is a utopian sect currently.
Yeah, they don't have technology. They don't have. They kind of
So
just be
then they
living
go
life.
talk to the other woman, and her name is Martha Fairchild. She is a school teacher, and they see the first like two people that like welcome them to the community. She is that man's fiance. She's the
Yeah.
pastor's son's fiance. So
Yeah. Mm.
They then ask if they have ever heard of anybody named Eli Freeman. They show him a picture, and they're like, "We knew
That's
him
not
when
his name.
Elijah Penner, and he grew up here." Well, then
Right.
they have to go tell the parents that unfortunately their son is dead. He turned 17 and left the community.
Yeah, from what I understand, there used to be a TLC show. I don't know if it's still on. I don't think it is, but they had like a show where like the people would like leave their Amish communities, and they talked about like when you're turn 18, you have the choice to like stay or you can leave, but if you leave, you can't come back. So you
Yeah,
know, if you want to find out
in
about
this,
the free world, that's on you.
yeah, in this case, like the parents are explaining, they don't use phones, they don't use email, they don't use the internet, as to remain present and not to weaken community bonds. Basically, your community is all you have. You don't have anybody else.
Yeah. And
Nothing
while I
from
enjoy
like,
tech free time, sometimes I don't like living like that way forever.
yeah.
I guess if you never had it, you'll never know. But
The son Elijah, he refused his baptism that he was going to be like fully inducted into the church.
it's
So
yeah.
he was
So how
kicked
they
out
explain? Yep.
of the
So you gotta
community,
go.
and his parents were forbidden to talk to him. So his parents had not talked to him since he was 17 left.
We don't know how old he is now. They don't ever really say, but he is older
And
than 10.
now they know he's dead. So
Yeah, they're like, hey,
they go talk to Martha. They found out that Martha had talked to Eli to get help from one of the parolees she works with.
Yeah,
For rehabilitation because she knew he was a lawyer. She was kind of technically
yeah.
breaking the rules, but also not. Apparently, I don't know.
They kind of
Um,
believe that you should like be in the world, but not of the world. Kind of thing of like they want to go help people in the community, but not be a part of their community of the world. You know.
and so
So
Jalen,
Chalk used to give him his card. He's like,
or
if you find
like,
anything, you can call me.
why are you giving this to me? I wouldn't be able
I
to
don't have a
call you,
phone.
detective.
I don't
We
have
are
a phone. I
not
can't call you.
here. And it's like it seems so crazy, but in a way, it's also simple. It's like, oh, they don't use their phones.
They don't have phones. If you've never had one, you never know the difference. So.
And then you made a point that's like, I guess you never miss what you don't have. They never had one.
Yeah,
So then
they
they go
just living life.
to the parolee that Martha had been
Yeah,
working with, and his name is Marcus Wright, and he did 15 years for bludgeoning his girlfriend.
yeah. Like
He's now on parole,
he was at Fishbowl.
and he changed. Apparently, there was a video
There's
outside
some clear watching some security.
halfway house that he chased
Footage.
Eli, and so they bring Marcus in, and
So what was that about? When he's like, I'm sorry, I
basically
want to throw
he
off.
wanted an explanation of why there was a holdup in his paperwork.
Yeah, that's basically all he wanted. He wasn't asking for anything bad.
Uh, we then find out that Martha apparently does have a cell phone,
No, because they're
a
like,
burner phone,
see,
and Marcus got it for her.
yeah, we said, oh,
So it's
somebody's a
like,
little rebellious, huh? He
oh.
does have a cell phone.
And so they're looking into the burner phone, and they find out that she was talking to uh Eli all hours, late hours,
You're like, so
and they're like probably about something more than just parolees.
yeah.
So
So
the
they kind of
now
have this evidence.
it's like the evidence leads to Martha doing this, but she has an alibi because she was with her fiance.
Yeah. And they kind of confronting her, and she's like drinking a soda, and she passes out, and they're like,
Yeah, literally, she all
which
of
is
a
very
sudden,
important for later. She's saying it's very important to talk about that she faints. Because I think I said it to my mom. I think about what thought happened, what was
yeah,
happening, and then we'll tell y'all when we get to that point.
they bring
But
them both. They bring them both in to talk, and it's and Brady makes the point that Martha has lost her good girl senses.
she's head over heels for this boy. He's lost her good girls.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. So we find out that Martha likes Eli, but is engaged to Jake. So ooh.
That's not allowed. It's getting scandalous,
Yeah, so she says that normally, like after she does her work, Jake picks her up at the
the bus stop.
bus stop, and then they go back to their community. But that day he didn't. So Brady immediately goes, "When did you fall in love with Eli?" And she
And
goes
she's like,
on to say,
she's like, I don't know what to talk about.
I prayed to not be in love, to not be so happy and alive with him, but it wouldn't stop.
And
Damn
you
girl,
go,
you
oh,
bad.
you go, oh.
Jake said that the only reason he wasn't is at the bus stop like usual is because he was late, so he picked her up further down the road. At this point, they're both like they're covering for each other.
Yeah, we're like, something's not adding up here.
And so they go to let them talk
Nothing.
and they hug. And all of a sudden, Brady's like, these two are so sheltered, they don't understand the magic. They don't even know the magic of two-way glass.
Yeah, because they can see them, but they can't see them.
Yep.
They can see in, but they can't see out, and they're like talking. He's literally saying about to say what's about to happen.
They eventually go on to say that they did first tell Martha that Marcus did it.
Yeah.
And she breaks because she's been helping him.
Yeah.
And then they're like, but he didn't.
Yeah, so who did?
So who did? So they found the phone. Well, then it goes on to say that Jake found the burner phone.
Yeah.
And he says, you betrayed me to fight our church.
And they go, oh.
And then he goes on to say that he talked to Eli. And Eli said that you were leaving the church. Probably because they fell in love.
Yeah.
And then Jake goes on to say, yeah, I killed him because I didn't like that he was taking my fiance away.
And they're like, well, that's a confession.
Um,
Wrap it up, everyone. But it's a little early. It's our early in the episode, y'all. This is like halfway through half the episode.
Woo. So they had to take in Jake. They bring in so basically the entire community is now there for the trial.
Yeah. They probably have never been to the city.
And it's
very well, right?
because this is the pastor's son.
Yep.
Sam was rocking a pink and purple outfit. She looked good. They had $500,000 bail.
They probably do not have. But you don't have to pay 10% of the bail to be at least. You don't have to pay the whole thing. The bail will kind of be rolled up. Sam
was leaving the courtroom. Eli's parents call her over, and they're both shocked because they said that they don't know, their church doesn't allow violence.
Yeah. So typically those kind of sects are
no idea how this could have happened.
Are pacifists most of the time.
And then they go on to say his mom, Amelia, said that she saw when Jake came back that he was burning something that looked like clothes. Hence the clothes he possibly wore when he did the murder.
Yeah.
And she goes on to say, we will do everything we can to get justice for your son. Which is true. Sam will do whatever she can. The defense then wants the confession of the murder thrown out because apparently Jake is a minister who started prayer with one of his clergy members. So it shouldn't count.
Yeah, not clergy member, congregants.
Thank you. I couldn't use the word.
Because basically, if you confess anything to a minister, it's not technically it's not you can basically say you committed a horrible crime to a priest, and they can't without the confessional. They can't go tell the police.
Yeah, and they didn't know he was a minister. They only knew he was the
Yeah.
pastor's son.
My
Now
priest was
apparently,
like, please don't ever tell me any. My priest at my church was like,
please don't
this
tell
kind
me.
because yeah, because I am gonna go and ordain ministry as Episcopal priest, but she was like, don't ever let anybody tell you a real crime because if you do, you're just stuck with it. You can't go ever tell anybody ever again. So I was like, well,
So Nolan tries to argue it, but unfortunately, the confession is
they
out.
said, yeah, confession's out.
And then they all go back to Baxter's office, and they're like, "Well, we
What
don't
do we do
really have
now?
actual evidence except for the broken glass in the apartment, with like
The phone.
Jake's footprints, Martha's phone,
Yeah.
and bus footage."
And all they know is he was in the apartment, but yeah,
So Sam and Nolan go to talk to Martha to convince her to testify,
this is
and
a
she
really
said,
strangely
"No,
pretty shot because it's like sunset and they're like in the church
yeah."
and like the glass the like light from the glass kind of like shines on them and it's a really pretty shot. Like I wonder if they put that up. Let me see if I can find it. It's
And
really
Martha's
pretty. I was
like,
like this
"No,
I was like oh,
because he is all I have. This is all I have." And Nolan goes on to
yeah.
say, "It may be all you have right now, but you could
But you
have
can
so
get more.
much more." And Martha's pretty much afraid that she does not have anything without her church. So she is refusing to testify.
Because it's like the kind of thing where like you don't have like a college pretty much in these days, you don't have a college degree, you are pretty
Yep.
dang.
The mom, on the other hand, says she's going to testify.
Also, they have not posted the SB pictures for this tonight's episode, so the
Thank you.
mothership ones are out. Dang, they didn't include that shot because it looks so good when they're like Sam and Nolan are kind of like glowing in the sunset. But you know, they didn't put that on.
Um, so the mom decided to testify in regards to that she did see that Jake was burning clothes. And Nolan knows this. Sam knows this. Everything seems to be okay. She
Jake
gets on
practices.
and says that nothing happened. Keep in mind, this is her child
Mm-hmm.
that died, and she's now saying that she saw nothing happen in regards to the murder of her child.
You're like, bro,
Yeah, literally, ma'am, this is your kid. Okay, you're defending somebody else's kid over your own child. Nolan is like, didn't you
but you
tell
told me. Yeah, didn't you tell us that like
CJ
this is what happened?
that you saw him burning clothes? And she's basically like, I will not sit in judgment. And then she looks at the jury, and neither will you. And it's like, okay, lady.
Oh,
And then she immediately
she
stands
stands
up.
up.
This is from the scene in the promo, and it says, I won't participate in this trial, and neither will anyone in my church. And that's the whole truth, so help me God.
And you're like, well, what are we gonna do
And
now?
yeah, little blink and you miss it scene. They cut to the pastor looking at the dad, giving like the Eli's dad giving him a little nod. So it's like, great. They probably got to her.
Mm-hmm.
Like she was fully ready to say what happened, what she saw in regards to what happened to
And
her
then
kid.
she did.
And now the pastor must have did something because now all she's thinking of is her church.
Literally. So
Well, now everybody's talking, and they all agree that something happened.
something happened, but what did? Because no one wants to tell us.
Your mind. They live by their own rules. They don't want outsiders. And that's Nolan.
They're
And
talking. They
like,
had back.
that's not circling the wagon. That's obstructing of justice.
He's like, bro, somebody needs to talk. Like, we can't be going around in circles again and again and again.
Yeah, so they decide to see if there's anything they can do and bring in the alternative justice lady from the beginning of the episode. And so they have decides to step in, and they want a punishment to fit the rules of the church. So they bring in the pastor and Jake, and they have a little like almost like round table sit conversation with Sam and Nolan. And basically, they go on to be like, oh, we'll do this and it will make sure that he finishes his punishment. And then Sam was like, well, he is your son. Like, sure, you're gonna freaking punish him. Basically goes on to say that in their church, in order to pay his penance, he's going to build houses for the community.
Yeah.
And he's asking for forgiveness.
And you're like, well, that's
To
it.
which I
That's
say,
all it'll be, okay.
to which I say, for maybe a minor crime, great. But as I wrote in all caps, he killed somebody. You can't just build houses
Hey, I'll fix it.
and
Don't
call
worry.
it a day.
So then the defense wants to plead to criminally negligent. Sorry, criminally negligent homicide. But
And
like,
Baxter
it wasn't an accident because he says like no, because it wasn't an accident. Criminally negligent homicide means you did it on accident. You know,
No.
he fell, like on accident. You know,
Yeah,
he's
like,
like no,
this alternative justice is then going, nope.
it's not working here.
And basically, as they're all leaving the room, Baxter looks at Nolan and Sam and says, do what you have to get a conviction.
Yep, he's like, and I'm like, all right.
And then we
So
have
you know, we got some
late night work again.
Yeah.
And they looking through files, and Sam finds
some
out
receipts and
a
stuff.
week before the murder happened, Eli called a women's clinic for called Hedgeburg Health, and that he had a drugstore receipt for prenatal vitamins.
Yeah, you only need those if you're pregnant.
Oh, so, plot twist, Martha's pregnant.
Which, they typically don't believe that you should be having sex outside of marriage.
And
so that's not good.
Not
Especially
Jake.
not someone you're not married to. That makes it even worse,
It is Eli's.
Yeah. So, I figured she was pregnant when she fainted. I was like, I think she's pregnant. She's pregnant. By who? I don't know, but I think.
Yeah, with that information, Nolan is now
they have a motive and such for,
Nolan is starting to second guess. And you might want to charge manslaughter instead. And Baxter's like, what's up?
What?
And he says that he got a call from a mother of a kid who he put away solely for a bar fight.
Yeah.
And that kid just got stabbed for trying to break up a fight in prison.
In prison. I said, oh. I was like, it feels like Nolan's finally finding he's I don't want to say he's being managed. It's a very Barbara-ish line, but
well, it kind of is the case though.
It is he's found Sam. I feel like Sam really got to him, not just got to him per se, but last episode she kind of was morals. I have my morals, you have yours, but
okay, now kiss already.
one day.
One
okay.
Day. Anyway,
so
he goes on to say, sometimes I wonder what the right thing really is.
Yeah, and I said, someone discovered their personal
feelings. Yay, good. And then they go on to say, no one says justice is about outcome, but who says theirs is any better than ours? And Baxter's like, well, but he chose to live in our community. Our church. And they're talking about Eli.
Yeah.
Let's honor this. In other words, we're going to get him justice by our rules.
Yeah.
Well, they then go to talk to Martha again, and she's pretty much pissed. She's like, stop talking to me.
Just stop, leave me alone.
We find out that Martha married Jake. And they say,
I got a ring, and they're like,
that the baby's father will now be a secret.
Yeah, they won't. No one else will know who's this baby's father because she's not visibly pregnant, so no one will ever know.
Yeah, no one will ever know.
Just she wasn't visibly pregnant, so.
And basically Sam is going on and being like, okay, great, but we will subpoena you
Yeah, I will. If you
to
don't come,
testify. And Martha's like, okay, I won't say anything. And Sam's like, that's not gonna help. Like,
yeah,
he killed the guy you loved. What is going on?
exactly.
Well, Jake finds out that Sam pretty much threatened
Yeah,
Martha with having to testify. So
yeah.
he says that forget it.
He's gonna.
He's gonna do
I'll take.
whatever
He's gonna plead guilty.
he's gonna do whatever it takes to protect her so she doesn't have to reveal her secret.
Yeah. So he takes
So
the plea. Doesn't not plead deal. He takes the plea.
murder to 15 years.
15 years. Your child's gonna be grown. Not even your child, but this child's gonna be pretty much close enough to grown when you see them. You know, right?
Yeah. So in a way, yes, technically they got justice, and I'm glad because I really like. I don't think I forgot to mention, but the look on the mother's face after she testified, she looked so conflicted. I don't think she was ever going to be okay with seeing her son's killer building houses
Yeah.
in their community.
As much as they talk about, sorry, y'all have some coughing going on, but it's uh, as much as they talk about like like peace and nonviolence and justice, realistically, I don't know if you could truly feel that way
Yeah.
all the time.
So court is adjourned, and Sam goes, these people certainly walk the way. And Nolan says, yeah, they do, for better or for worse. And then the camera cuts to the two of them looking at the "In God We Trust" sign above the judge's bench,
Yeah,
judge's stand.
yeah, yeah.
And that's
And
the end. This gets 4.5 stars.
Yeah, I like this one. So the next one today in a couple hours.
Literally.
We were a couple hours. We were a little late today.
I had to do adult responsibilities.
Yeah, we have responsibilities. I still have. We did after I edit. I have work to do. I work from home, y'all, so it's not like I'm like forced to be working, but I have things I need to do. But anyway, it's called literally it's called. Sorry, y'all. I feel like I'm being like sick or something. So my throat's a little raspy, but it's called A Price to Pay.
Price. Lol.
It says an actor's foray into experimental drug therapy leads to his murder. Shaw reconnects with a mentor he may hold the key to identifying the suspect.
And all I remember from the promo was pretty much that Nolan's like,
The guy, no one's. I mean, not no one. I said what I meant to say. It's Shaw's training officer, but he doesn't want to testify.
And Nolan's like, okay, I can have you arrested.
Yeah, because he's like, you're tampering with the witness. You can't be witness tampering, Shaw. That's basically he's like.
How did he go from I might want to charge this kid with manslaughter to I'm going to arrest you, detective?
Yeah, he's like yeah, so
all right. So there's that. That'll be fun.
that'll be fun.
Just for you time.
Yes. This is one that was unexpectedly good. Okay. When you kind of do it, you're like it takes you on a lot of twists and turns, and it's a fun one. I wasn't expecting it to be this good. I ended up liking it. So
it's called
Extinguished.
And it starts with Joe's
It didn't make sense at first why it was called Extinguished, but you understand why.
A snack from a street vendor.
He's just walking home. I guess he's walking to his home.
And
we probably need to see where he lives.
Yes. He cuts to the scene cuts to a young security officer who's home. He's taking care of his grandfather. He apparently got a new speaker in the mail.
Yeah.
And he goes on to say that he has been trying to apply to be a police officer, but they have not called him back.
He's made his grandpa some dinner, some very cholesterol fat friendly dinner. It's breakfast for dinner. He says.
The scene then transitions back to Velasco climbing into bed. He's got a pretty
Yeah.
nice looking place.
Yeah,
Um,
it's all right. I guess New York City prices be crazy, so it's probably good.
and he takes a book off his nightstand and a highlighter. And I don't remember what the book is called. I only wrote down part of it.
It's
Says
probably I think
it's like sexual something. So basically, he's doing more research for his job.
yeah, he's being a responsible employee researching his job.
Being a good cop and learning more things so he can help with
I don't
SVU.
know why Velasco has haters because he's really a chill guy.
Yeah, no. And then all
Yeah,
of
we
a
say
sudden,
he's boring and such, but
yeah,
he
no.
hears the music.
Then all of a sudden, he hears loud music that's coming from upstairs. And he literally takes a bat that he has.
He's like, "Hey, stop it!"
Stop it. Okay, a few things with that. A, can we
If it's
see him?
right there, he does this regularly. Apparently,
Yeah. A, can we see him play baseball? B, he would have a freaking bat just cause.
also where he lives, he probably do need it. Okay, he's kind of been a little.
And so then he's like, goes
And
upstairs.
this must be a regular occurrence because like he has it right next to his bed. So he's like, "Bro,
Yeah.
hey,
And
stop."
he basically goes right upstairs. He knows exactly where it's coming from. And he goes to talk to the kid and he's like, turn it down. I'm trying to read. Dude's trying to be all
Yeah.
diligent.
Like, yeah.
So it then turns to the next morning and there are these two kids that are looking for rocks for their class. They're at a place called Bridge Park. They're looking for rocks for their geology class. They find a rock. They both pick it up. The camera turns and there's a guy standing over them
Yeah.
and
then it hits the, credits, intro credits,
and then it has Velasco walking in, the priest, and
work.
the
He has his motorcycle helmet in his hand. He's walking
like he's like duffel bag, and Kate's like, "You look like you got hit by the A train."
Yeah.
And he's like, "My neighbor was keeping me up with loud music." And Bruno goes, "Should have called the cops."
No, he is the cops, so that's what they were like laughing about.
Totally, they're all laughing around. It's like, yeah, fun, very funny. They then get the case, and it finds out that the two kids were tied up, held at knife point, and the girl was assaulted.
Yeah.
A lamp cord was found at the scene. They go to talk. They all go down to the crime scene, and we find out that these people are from where Velasco lives, and he lives in Washington Heights. To which when they said that, I immediately sent Karen the entire album of In the Heights. Because I've been saying it for a long ass time. Velasco has so many similarities to that musical, and now I have canon proof. And if you don't know what that is, it's the first musical Lin-Manuel Miranda did, so go check that out.
Yeah.
And Velasco, so Bruno's like, we need to catch this guy before he starts knocking on your door. Because he's like, do people know you're a cop?
Yeah, he's like, I don't talk to the people in my neighborhood.
It's like, okay.
They're keeping you up still, worried about crime if you don't talk to them.
They go talk to the kids. Their names are Anna and Moses. They talk to Anna first. The dad is extremely pissed off, rightfully so. The mom is trying to keep him calm. Well, Holly's also trying to keep the daughter calm.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they're asking. Olivia's like, "Did you notice anything specific about the knife?" And then Anna turns to her dad and says in Spanish, "Daddy," so Poppy, and then, "Can I tell them?" And then instantly, Silva replies in Spanish because it's like,
she basically,
oh shit.
Basically, she says that like the police aren't trustworthy. She knows like the police cannot be trustworthy.
But you want to help your daughter.
People talk a lot about often that like why Olivia doesn't talk to them in Spanish.
Yeah, it's
But
like
I
they've
think
forgotten about that. It's weird.
no, I don't think they forgot. I think it's on purpose because I feel like they would tend to trust somebody who was more their ethnicity than some white
Yeah.
woman speaking Spanish.
Yeah, like
And I
a
feel
white
like she doesn't.
Spanish wouldn't be as great as literally Silva, who is Latina or Hispanic
Yes.
of some form. We know that Juliana's Colombian. We don't know what Silva is. Speaking Spanish and realizing, okay, there are their own in the police force. And so with that, Anna says that she'll do a kit. And the dad still pissed off and leaves, but he's gonna do the kit. She's gonna do the kit. And they're like, does it hurt? And Olivia's like, I'm not going to lie. It's invasive and it takes a while, but we will be able to find your attacker with it.
Yeah.
So then they transition to Finn and either Finn and Bruno or Finn and Velasco talking to Moses and his dad. And Moses' dad immediately goes, my son didn't see anything.
Like, bro, we're trying to help you
And
and
Moses
help your friend.
immediately goes, that's not true, Dad. I saw everything. I saw what he did to Anna. Basically, the kid was
Yeah.
sitting there tied up while he watched his friend get his raped.
Yeah, he's like, I saw it. So
Moses
then,
is insistent that he really wants to help Anna, but his dad doesn't want it to be known that he talked. Basically, because if you talk to the cops in this community, that's a no-go.
mhm.
And they're like, Finn's like, okay, we won't say that it came from him. And then he talks to the sketch artist, and they're able to come with a pretty decent sketch
Yeah.
of the suspect.
Yeah, a lot of it's gonna be done digitally now, which is great,
And then
Sketch artists work
Velasco
with
goes on
it.
to like, somebody makes a comment of like, why are they not talking to us? And Velasco's like, a lot of people come from countries where the last people you want to trust are the cops.
Yeah.
Now that they have this sketch, Olivia looks at Velasco and says, his hunting ground is now your hunting ground. I'm putting you on the lead for this.
Mhm.
It's like, yay! She trusts him again.
It's
Yay!
like, yeah, because he was in some hot water.
Everything's better now.
He was in some hot water,
Well,
in season 24 with
they go try to talk to
post
people. Nobody wants to help. And Finn is like, it's a catch-22. We gotta earn their trust by catching him, but we need their trust to catch him.
Because they're like, oh, I know they're probably worried about like deportation. It's probably a big fear by I don't know what my chapstick is, but
So
that's probably what
Velasco's
they're
like,
probably worried about immigrant like the ICE coming through. So talking to the police is not exactly a safe thing to do.
so Velasco goes on and says, so we're screwed. How is that different? And Finn's like, how's that different from any other day?
Yeah, sure. He's like, that's not different than the other day.
What's this last one?
Oh, the next one is Kate and Silva are talking. Not Kate and Silva. Kate and Bruno are talking to a witness at like a restaurant, like a little like coffee, not just a coffee shop, but like some little like convenience store or something. I forgot what it is exactly.
No, I get it.
But they're like, would you like a coffee? And then she's like, well, that guy is like a $7 latte kind of guy, but I could go for a free coffee.
That's so funny. Now that I get it, yeah, Bruno would be the one who wants this expensive ass coffee, and Silva's just like, no.
She's like, bro, that free one, that'll do.
They then get a call that there is a meeting going on in the middle of
the
street because there are a bunch of these boys who found a man who looked like the sketch.
Yep.
The crowd is the security guard that lives above Joe And he pretty much
Joe's like, what are you doing?
and so Joe arrests him for assault.
Yeah, he's like, bro, what are you doing?
So yeah. The kid's name is Janny Rocha, by the way. And then they all go back to the precinct, and Olivia's like, Velasco, you should probably figure this out before I get any more calls about this guy.
Yeah.
And releasing this kid. And then you made a comment on our thing that says, "Where's Creasy today?" And I said, "Hopefully in there."
I think Olivia says something about telling Carisi about what's happening or something, and then he's not there. But they're like, we're like the legit reason to know what they're like budgeting. They have to. One person's not in every episode, so
Yeah.
I guess it's just on.
So there's
we are getting Carisi back tonight though, so we're okay.
Yeah, there's literally news footage of people protesting for the release of this kid.
Yeah. Oh, that's why we realized Carisi wasn't there. It's because they do arraignment. It's not Carisi. It's another lawyer. That's why. Like, we're
yeah. So they go to arraignment. Things happen. The grandpa calls out to Joe to talk to him. It's like, is there any way you could get this off my grandson's record? Like, he's trying to be a cop. He's a good kid. They haven't called him back, etc., etc. And Velasquez kind of like, I'm sorry, I can't do anything.
I can't.
And then he tries to leave, and the grandpa goes, "Is this about the music?" And
like,
Velasquez immediately turns around and says, "Excuse me." Like, it's in that point where he's kind of realizing, like, is this what I'm getting for not talking in my community? Like,
yeah.
I'm the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
One of them. And Grandpa says that he was a transit cop for 20 years. So basically all that Danny wants is to do this too. It's in the family. They talked to Moses and then they talked to Moses again. Mm-hmm. And he originally said that the guy was Chino Latino. Now he isn't so sure. He thinks the guy was more Asian. So we find out that the guy who got beat up, Eddie Soto, he did not do it. Yeah, because they go to they have an interrogation, they line up. Neither of them ID him as theirs.
You're like, that's not him.
Oh, and I misspoke that the protest wasn't to free Danny, it was to free Eddie. Because he didn't do it. And then we find out that Olivia's like, well, it looks like your neighborhood is on fire. Find a way to put it out. We then find out
this is a momentary distraction. Pokemon Legends Z to A is releasing this year.
Woohoo!
We also really enjoy Pokemon, y'all.
Yes, we do. It's Pokemon Day, y'all. I'm gonna play it after
it says at GameStop, so I don't know when it's coming to any places.
Okay, so anyway.
I'm sorry, I was opening my phone and I saw the trailer. Anyway.
We then find out Velasco has been living in Washington Heights for 4 years.
Which is about time he's been in SVU, so that's lines up.
4 years! And he has no ties there. And then so Finn makes a point that's like, okay, you planning on moving soon? He goes, no. Then continues, well, then I suggest you start planting some roots here. Get your community on your side.
Yeah. Especially because they are people like him who are of Latino or Hispanic descent. So they're like, you need to know these people.
Call in enforcements and they ask for Danny's help to get the community to listen. So they have Danny help and they
hang some flyers, they talk to people,
all the people, which is getting them to talk to Velasco and Finn and everything. They then find out again there was more information about the lamp cord that was used to tie them up, and it was sold from a 99-cent store. So they go to the place, they talk to the worker, they ask if there's anybody who's recently bought a cord that looks like this. I think the
Yeah, it's a
guys,
very small store, so it's like pretty obvious if someone had, bought stuff out of the store.
I think the guy said he like either used cash or something.
They find the receipts and such, and they're like, "Oh, there's only like one left." Somebody tell me where they're at.
They then get a call that there was another attempt of a rape
Yes.
with the lamp cord that was tied around the girl's wrist, but she fled. They go down to the scene, and Eddie wants to help, and Joe's like, "He can't. You can't. You're technically not a cop. You can't." And he's like, "But I need to help. This is my community." And Velasco's like, "You did help. You got them to report a rape to us.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have happened a week ago."
Yeah.
So, and in the ambulance, Olivia is talking to the Vic. Her name is Lena. She said she was walking home from work. He had a box cutter. He forced her into the bushes. He tied her up. She kicked him as hard as she could in his region, and ripped his shirt and ran. And then
Yeah, she's like, I was claustrophobic, so she
she
did
couldn't
not
deal with
like it.
tied up. It's like, and Olivia's like sitting there like very impressed. Like, you go, girl. When she ripped his shirt, she saw that he had a ram tattoo, the symbol of the Aries zodiac sign.
Yeah.
So now they need to find somebody who was kicked, ripped shirt, Aries tattoo.
It makes it a lot easier. We have very specific details.
Yes. So, well, then the
They
community
beating up him too.
is, they hear like they might have a suspect, and they're like, "Oh, they found him," and they all rush and go
They're beating them up too.
up, and like Silva and Bruno are like trying to pull everybody back.
Like, hey.
And would they find the guy? And yes, it is true that he is a bit more Asian. He is more Asian. And he goes, "I don't know what this is about." And then Bruno moves the shirt to reveal the tattoo, and he's like, "I've always heard that Aries were stubborn."
I think that's Kate. Looking at the picture, I think that's Kate.
Oh, well, one of them said it.
I had the picture open on my laptop. That's why I was like, I think that was Kate. But
Anyway, they caught the guy. He's pleading guilty. And Olivia is basically like, "Okay, that was a lot. Everybody go take the night off."
Yeah, let's go to bed. Go.
And then she calls in Velasco to her office first, and he's like, "Shit." You could see in he's like,
he's a little scared.
Book, what did I do? And she compliments on his good work. She said the neighborhood came together because of him, and she's proud of him. It was like, oh, she's proud of him. Yay! Oh. And then she goes on to say, "Command presence. You showed real leadership, Velasco." And then they showed Joe standing there with like a genuine smile on his face. Like,
he's finally made up to her.
Yes.
After he had a major problem.
Olivia's proud of him. He did good.
He did good. Yay.
So then the Danny's grandpa takes him to like the little local restaurant.
Yeah.
The grandpa's a regular because the owner like talking to him immediately.
Like, then hey, get your seat. I'll bring you there.
Yeah. And then he's like, "You're that cop, Velasco, right?"
Yeah.
And it's like people are starting to realize who Velasco is.
He basically is like, "I admire your work. You're doing great."
And he goes on and is like, "Trust me, people around here are gonna remember your name.
Yeah. So
And
he's
it's
made a
like,
positive impact on
oh
his community.
yay!
Yeah.
They then Kate and Bruno then go to tell Anna's and Moses' family the good news that the guy had been caught.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kate and Bruno also agreed that maybe they should
They're gonna
meet
have this
their
conversation
neighbors.
about like they're like, "Do you know your neighbors?" And he's like,
Neighbors,
"No." And
oh,
Kate's like, "I don't know my neighbors either." Like, maybe we should.
maybe we should
So
go talk to their neighbors, you
they're gonna go meet their neighbors, you know.
know?
So
Finn,
then Finn goes to the restaurant where
yeah, he talks
Velasco
to
is.
Velasco, and he's proud of Velasco, and then he said that he's gonna help Eddie. They're gonna help Eddie, not Eddie.
Danny, I could, I guess I could. I think his
You
name is
got
Danny.
this,
Sorry.
Danny. The
It
security
was hard to. I don't. You'll know. I watch the TV with subtitles, but my mom won't let me. So on the family room TV, so I don't. Because I'm always have clear names.
So they said they're gonna help him find an auxiliary police program in the neighborhood.
Well,
Basically,
initially he's like, "Where?" And then he's like, "In your neighborhood, right here."
like, yeah, we're gonna.
Right
In
here.
other words, yeah, we're gonna help you be a cop in the place where it matters to you most,
Yeah,
your community. They need a
which is
cop.
really good.
They need a cop like you.
Yeah.
Um. So,
So
uh,
then,
that's Velasco's
so
like there, and he's
go.
telling him. And as he's leaving, he goes, "Oh, and Eddie, turn the music down."
Yeah, because he goes upstairs to tell Eddie about like we found you a place. He's like, "Turn," and that's
Music
the
down.
last line.
And it's like, oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah.
I give this one 4.5. I really liked
Yeah,
it.
I like this one. And at first you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this one, and then you do at the end. You're like, it turned out good, you know? It turned out.
Like
It made you feel good a little, you
that,
know?
yeah. Like Octavio had did like a short video that last week, and it's like, oh, you got a lot more backstory on the character, and I am very glad that we did because it is very
Yeah,
good.
I like this one. It was a really good Velasco episode, you know, give him some time, you know.
And it's
It was a
just,
good one.
yeah, like you mentioned, there are people that don't like Velasco, and it's like, how can you
I'm
not?
like,
He's just
why?
a good
He hasn't
man.
done anything.
He's a
He's just a chill
good man.
guy,
He
you
cares.
know.
Chill
Cares
guy.
about his
Cares about
cares about his
survivors.
community.
Cares
Cares about
about
his
his community.
community.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. He turned his life around, you know. It wasn't going good for him at first, but then he turned his life around, you know. Okay.
On a slightly less important note, he's easy on the eyes, so that helps too. But anyway, moving on.
Okay.
Tonight,
It's called the grid plan. This will be an interesting one. Hold on. Open link. Hold on. It's called the grid plan. If it will open and stop being dumb. Well, I want open the link. Thank you. Called the grid plan. Basically, this woman is touring. It says a Midwestern tourist is viciously attacked in Times Square. As the squad
she
scours
literally,
this area for clues, the victim takes the investigation into her own hands. A secret move threatens to derail Carisi's case.
like, there's literally, like, there's probably gonna be a little montage at the beginning because it shows her, like, in a theater
Yeah, she's
clapping.
on to see some show, you know.
And then all of a sudden she's leaving, gets pulled into an alley, and
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So it'll be the actress who plays this woman. It seems like a delightful person.
She does. She just looks very nice.
She looks like a delightful person. Okay.
She does.
Well, everybody's sharing. She posted the trailer, and everybody's been sharing. All the like cast members have been sharing her like clip of
So
it. So they're like, so she must be a delightful person.
we love that. Let's see if there's anything I can find today, because sometimes things pop up before we
No
stop.
pictures are out yet or anything. Besides the ones that the cast posted, like there's a couple of them like watch the episode, but like the website has not put them up there yet.
Okay. I did find something. It's not SVU related, but it says somebody asked Chris
I know
one word you
I
could
put that in the doc.
describe, used to describe season 5 of Organized Crime, and he wrote bedazzled.
What does that even
Okay.
mean? What does that mean? I don't know what that even means. Another article popped up also while we were
Oh,
talking, but it's something we care about.
I found a picture.
Oh,
It
yeah.
looks like she's getting arrested. The
Well,
victim, like her hands
oh,
behind her
yeah.
back. Kate's there.
It does say she did kind of,
And I love it. Gotta love Juliana. The music on the video is "Welcome to New York" by
yeah, Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Yes.
Yeah.
This lady, her
Yes.
name looks familiar. I'm trying to see if I could find
You probably could look
what
and see what she's been on.
for, because she looks familiar.
But this will be, I feel like it'll be a good one, y'all. Yeah. Very excited for TV night. Makes me happy.
Yay, TV night.
You love
Sorry,
TV night. I'm watching something like every night, pretty much. I have a show to watch like every night. So
yeah, I have something. The only day I don't really have anything is Monday. I have something Tuesday. I have something Wednesday.
Monday.
Day.
They have 90. I mean, I watch 90 Day Fiancé, but they have The Last Resort on, and The Last Resort is just a bunch of couples who clearly should break up, just being in drama, being all in one place. So I don't want to watch that version of 90 Day Fiancé.
I love how the Octavia just posts this picture. It's like, what are we looking at?
Exactly. Wrong answer.
Find out tonight. And it must have been a cold night because they're all literally bundled up.
I mean, it's cold every night. I don't live.
Now, yesterday was
I don't
surprisingly
live in.
here that I didn't have to wear a coat. It was nice.
Yeah, it's warmer here now. It's like 70 today. But then I started seeing wasps flying around, and I was like, "What the heck? Go away! It's not time for wasps yet. Go away." It's not time for the wasps to be flying around again. It's still February, so that'll be. But I don't know what else to talk about. That's all we kind of had for right now. Our next con is coming in like 6 weeks. That's more than 6 weeks, like 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Or like 6 weeks, kind of pretty much at this point, because February is almost over. Because Saturday is March 1st, so like 6 weeks, like that. Not like 6 weeks. Yeah, I probably need to. We'll wait the notes because I need to make some food because I have some work to do because I am a responsible employee and
Do stuff and then eat because I totally forgot.
I didn't play Hello Kitty today. We've been playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure a
It's
lot.
so much fun.
It's
And
very
yes, we
fun.
will be doing that today, but we also need to do Pokemon because it's Pokemon Day.
So we'll figure out what we're gonna do. I need to do a meeting. I might skip that second meeting though. It depends. I might be meeting for it. And there's a grocery store and then it's on order time.
Yeah. Thanks for your patience. This will be out soon.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna literally put this up as soon as I can. To be soon. So that'll be fun. Hope you enjoy this week. Hope you're having a great week in the world because the world isn't always very fun.
Anyway, thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks for listening. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
I don't know what else to say. Fuck that. Bye.
Oh, wait. Always got to show the shirt.